Right, Mr. Berry, we are live.
We're live. Welcome to the finals. GTSA Showdown Season 3. Very unfortunate to have myself and Mr. Josh O'Neill here tonight because our normal co-host Vanna somehow managed to qualify for the finals in 4th place in the manufacturers, so he'll be driving instead of talking tonight. We're just about to start qualifying. And we can actually get that going now, just to stay on schedule there.
Yeah, sure. So let's get our qualifying started. Just gonna reset. I'm just gonna let the guys know that we're gonna reset the lobby and then we can go.
I'm just going to be busy for 2 seconds while you're doing that. I'm sharing all the link on our different channels.
Do that. Go for it.
I know Corne, Mr. Leap was looking forward to this because his family will be watching, so we have to get that link shared urgently.
Perfecto.
And anyone that is watching on our stream, feel free to leave some comments, questions. We'll get to them shortly.
Here we go, Mr. Andrew Strapia. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Good luck. All and go DMR. Yes, I see there's a few DMR guys that's joined us for tonight's race. We've got DMR Dino Cantino and DMR, I think it's Travis 13, how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
Good evening, Anthony Wilson. AM Racing ZA, whoop whoop. How's it, gents? How's it, Whit? Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. I think Mr. AM Racing, who should possibly be a future contender for one of our finals, so let's watch him.
Okay, let's see how this pans out. Currently, the guys are on the outlap.
See, Jan's left the room, but possibly having a connection issue.
Sorted soon. Okay, Silent Assassin coming through the last corner to start his first qualifying lap. Qualifying is 10 minutes. After 10 minutes we will start. There will be a 1 lap race and we will move on to the next qualifying for race 2. Maybe while we're at it and you're done on your side, Stephen, you can just explain how we're going to run the quali tonight.
Yeah, so we're actually running this is race 2's qualification, which we're doing before race 1. It just makes it simpler to get the racing started. In our previous season we did the first race qualifying and then everyone started in position for the following races, but we decided to change it up this time. So for race 1 and 2, which are sprint races, there's qualifying. We're going to run qualifying 2 now, followed by qualifying 1, straight into race 1, and then we're going to switch back to qualifying to race 2, which qualifying will already be done for. The total points from there will be added up, and position of most points to least points will then be the grid for race 3. Also, just while we're on that subject, another thing we did change this year or this season for season 3 is our top 3 from each league were given bonus points. So Sunburn Donkey and Callum Pace, who won their respective leagues, each get 3 points. DMR Fluffy, who doesn't seem to be able to make it, and Leap get 2 points, and then Jan and SMP Pro get 1 point. And then we will be awarding points as we go for the 2 short races, with double points on offer for the final race. And then obviously me and my amazingly poor math skills, although I'm a financial advisor, so I should have some form of mathematical ability. I'll try and keep us updated. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So by the end of the night, the person after 3 races with the most points wins. If somehow we have a tie, we're sticking to our rule from last season, which is whoever gets the better result in the main race would then be the tiebreaker. So for example, if DMR Travis and DMR Dino Cantino both ended up tied first place, but Dino came third in the final and Travis came fourth, Dino would then get the third place.
Okay.
Based on the better result in the main race.
Nice. Well, there we go, guys. It's a bit of a mouthful, but luckily we've got Stephen here to keep us honest, and I think we can send this off to KPMG just to make sure that everything is audited. There's a few guys that's joined us on the stream. I saw you three there. I saw a few other guys, Carl Wickstone and John Claude. Guys, welcome. Hope you enjoy the race. We are currently on board with Mr. Sunburn Donkey. He has set our fastest lap so far. KLM pace with 6 tenths down. He's just posted a blue sector there. Then we've got SM3 Pro. He's down 1/10 of a second from pace. These guys are close. Going down, we've got Leap. He's 1.2 seconds behind the leader. 0.2 behind SMP3 Pro. Silent Assassin, also a very, very fast racer. I've had the distinct pleasure of racing with him a few times already. We've got Werner. Werner also strong on pace tonight. He's 1.2 seconds down from Mr. Donkey. Then we've got Silent Assassin moved down the ranks. Then we've got Mikhail, we've got Travis, also very, very fast guys. These guys are so close. We go to the bottom of the range. Junali is now posting his first. He's going on his outlap now. He struggled with connection issues. Dino Cantino is 1.8 seconds behind our leader currently. Let's see. Carl Wurster is a Donkey to the win. Yeah,
Donkey's our reigning season 2 champion, and I think he finished the league part of this season unbeaten. So, oh no, wait, he did have one result where I think he came third, but generally under normal conditions it's very hard to beat. So I think he's going to be the guy that everyone else is chasing tonight.
Absolutely, I agree with that one definitely. Molosi Sabata bets. Champ, I don't know. My money, I think at this point, unfortunately, my running favourite doesn't join. He's got some other commitments. So I've got 2 running favourites here. My favourites will definitely be Stephen Sunburn Donkey, definitely KLM Pace. I think these 2 guys will be the guys to watch tonight. The cars they are in now, I know for a fact that back here to KLM Pace. This is one of his favourite vehicles. I see he's changed his livery. He was out in a Pace livery
did see
earlier, and now he's in a Petronas livery. Trying to fool us.
It's not a Pace livery, it's just a Mercedes Pace livery.
You see.
He's still running the official KLM Pace number 11, yep. So not to be associated with the number 4477 that... although I think Kaylin is a Lewis Hamilton fan, so it just shows that no one is perfect.
Oh, there we go. Some shots fired there.
While we're talking about pace, we have 2 drivers. You mentioned one, which is Fluffy Stain. He hasn't been able to join as yet. If he does, he's still able to start, just he'll be at the back of the grid if he misses a qualifying. The other one was DKP, who for some reason hasn't messaged on our WhatsApp chat group for this race. DK, if you're listening, you're missing your race here, bud. But they were both from the manufacturers section, so we have brought in 7th place from the manufacturers, which is JOOR Pace.
Season 5th positional. I just want to... Oh, there we go. I saw this coming.
He's had virtually no practice, which is quite interesting. So,
well, I must say, so JOOR Pace, he is also one of my favourites. He is a very, very, very quick contender. what I can say about him, obviously from knowing him personally, this man finds a car very quickly. So he will get into any vehicle, it will take him 5-6 laps, and he just flies out of it.
We've got 1 minute left of qualifying, so just watch on that timer.
Absolutely. I'm going to post a message to the guys now.
Yeah, but while you're talking about JOO, he did take part in the chat box final in the SF cars on Monday night, so it's not the same track and settings, but he is fairly used to the car. What should be interesting is our race 1 car, which I don't think he would have any experience in. But yeah, good to have him here with us. If obviously the other 2 guys do turn up before the race starts, he's been told that he can stay unless both of them pitch. If, for example, Stain pitches or Deaky pitches, but not both, then obviously he can fill in for one of them. If it had been a Nations Cup driver that hadn't pitched, then we would obviously be bringing in 7th place from the Nations. But they've got their full complement of 6 drivers out there, so Nations is representing, but we're missing 2 of the qualified drivers and thus brought in 7th place.
Okay, 5 seconds to go. I'm going to just pop out there quickly.
Carl Lewis says Fluffy probably has load shedding. Carl, I think he had a complex meeting that he wasn't sure if it would finish in time, so
there we go, guys. Sorry, I missed it there with about 15 seconds. Unfortunately, our host and the guy, our streamer, unfortunately couldn't make it either tonight, so I'm filling 2 roles here. Quite the difficult one, but luckily we've got sort of everything out of control.
Sort of in control. Always a little bit out of control.
Yeah, I've had a friend, he always said, moenie worry nie, alles is buite beheer. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so this is basically just going to give us an idea of if there's any connection issues as well as a test start. It seems like everyone's getting away fine.
Does seem like a clean start. You guys would have seen that this start was set on to host start. Reason being, this is our second race, so to not make any changes to the settings, this would not have been a fastest first race set. So just to let you guys know, I know probably you guys are going to see, oh well, since first, but Mr. Sunburn Donkey posted the fastest lap. Yes, you are correct. We must just be very careful now with this one.
Did you get the picture of that?
Yeah, the picture will be wrong though.
Yeah.
Very easy to fix.
So this is basically just to end the qualifying as a test start. From here we're going to go straight into qualifying 2 on the next track with the car. The settings are obviously already saved and loaded, so the guys will go out 10 minutes and then we'll get into race 1 start. Feel free to send any questions, comments or anything in the meantime. Jakub Esther says DQP is op pad.
There we go. So what we need to do here, Stephen, we need the guys just to let us know what was their position.
Positions, correct. So we'll post that on the lobby.
Unfortunately, yeah. So like I said, not to make too many changes on lobby sets. Unfortunately, yeah, I sort of made a little bit of a mistake there, but it's cool. We can easily fix it on the race when it starts. Not a big problem.
Okay, while we just switch over quickly, this is obviously just to keep things smoother once we do start the racing at 9 o'clock. Obviously have all the qualifying out the way.
Just to Stephen, you are getting us those positions for us, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, so for this one, I think we can go into our next qualifying. Once these guys start, we will just open up the settings. We'll change it back so that they can go in qualifying immediately. Once you get those positions, Stephen, on the group chat, if you can just send them off to me.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, while we're at it, so yes, Carl Westhuizen, yeah dude, gonna be great, can't wait. There we go, UC Maye, Molosi Sabata, how's it guys, welcome. A few other guys that came in. Season 4 should start relatively soon, I would imagine, but the admins will need a little bit of a break. Carl, I think you're absolutely right. I think our admins are quite tired after this season we had. But who knows? I think so. Just on that, Stephen, I don't know if there's any race details coming forward for season 4.
Season 4 we'd normally have all the info ready, but we're actually working on something quite exciting with one of our members. So we haven't cleared it, and he's still getting the proposal in, but there's a good chance we're going to be doing something totally different. Also very exciting, but with maybe some sponsored prizes, and who knows, could be a new Lamborghini or a tin of oil. But yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but there are a lot of us that are waiting for presents for Christmas, so we might even have something like that as a prize.
Nice.
So I think we've got, I see Deaky P's in the WhatsApp chat here. He's just joined the group.
Yeah,
he'll be on
message,
he'll be in 12th place unless for the second qualifying.
For the second race, yes, that's correct, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give the guy 2 minutes just to get everything up and down.
Yeah,
and then we can start.
1 minute.
Yeah. Are you happy with 1?
Yeah, it's fine. Leave it at 2.
Okay. Should we give the guys, everybody, a chance? Have they sent you all the messages that they needed to?
I'm just missing one person, but he's going to make me try work out who it is. But obviously, with only one person missing, it's Silent Assassin, I think. So I'm on WhatsApp, so I'm missing all the comments and questions on YouTube. I see AM Racing says Dino is always having issues with his pedals. He must get a real wheel like a Thrustmaster. I would defend Logitech and the G29, which is the wheel Dino has, but I did almost miss the start of the season. The first 5 races I did were this season 3 were on controller because my Logitech pedals broke. So I'll probably be with you on that one, Ron. Thrustmaster would be nice. Maybe you can give us all an upgrade for Christmas or our birthday. Mine's in November, just saying.
No need to worry about me. I'm happy with the controller, thanks. I just couldn't. My G29 lasted all but 2 months and I sold it. I just can't.
No, you can.
Alright, let me quickly do...
let's hit QP2.
Let's do this.
This is in the Fittipaldi designed Group X car, which is basically a prototype, and this is a bit of an all-Brazil connection because we have Interlagos as the track, and obviously the ex-Formula 1 driver Emerson Fittipaldi was Brazilian. Let's see.
Right, and we're off. Qualifying starting. The guys are starting to exit pit lane. Let's see how this goes. Right, silent assassin. Same as the first round of qualifying. Our first. Being passed by Sunburn Donkey. Oh, no. Running wide. This is now totally different. Coming from the SF cars into this, it's a whole different ball game.
Definitely very high downforce in the SF, basically a super formula car. They run in Japan on Toyota or Honda powered, with Honda powered engines or Toyota powered engines. There we go, we'll get it out eventually. This car is totally different. It's basic, very similar to the road cars. Maybe if you cross it with a GT car and a road car, this is what you'd end up.
I personally have not. I see JRR posted on the stream here. You're all making me arrive and drive on level 1000 here. Yeah, sorry, Goniwe, we put you on the spot on this one. But I'm sure you're going to find your...
I'm with Malosi. Stop complaining in a race, please. He has money on you. What you doing on YouTube when you're supposed to be driving?
My point too. Let's see. Here's Mr. 00 Pace. Let's see.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Obviously, the SF Goniwe was driving on Monday night, so he's very fresh with that. But I don't think any of us have driven this car competitively before. It's a car I've played with a few times on arcade mode races, but yeah, definitely they wouldn't have driven it in FIAs or anything else.
I'll be honest, I've never driven this. I haven't touched it. It's in my garage. I have never ever touched this thing, so it's going to be interesting to see what the guys do. In here, as I said earlier. Oh, there we go, almost off. Oh, he's gone off. Jay has got this gift of fitting into a car quite quickly. I see SM3 Pro's off. Well, what have we got? So let's see.
I'm watching on my TV, not on the live stream, but I see AM Racing made a point. If you go to your settings there, Josh, and just turn the cones and driving lines off.
Oh yeah, sure.
You're distracting Ruan with the cones.
The problem is I'll have to go into when I go out of the viewing, I will just switch it off, guys. No worries. I'll have to go switch it off in my
just be a
settings. Yeah. So if that's
you can just exit spectator mode and
quickly do it.
In and out quick before the race starts.
Okay, so there we go. Perfecto. Let's see if that works. There we go. So, Mr. AM Racing, it's still there, believe it or not, and I switched it off. Let's see if it's taken hold on. No, everything is off. Unfortunately, it's still there. I can't switch it off, guys. Sorry. Okay, so let's see. We've got Mr. Donkey again setting the fastest pace. He's on a flying lap again, on his third lap. It's my pleasure for trying, sir. My pleasure for trying. I don't know why it's still staying on. I can't assist with that. Let's see what he does. Here comes Mr. Donkey. And he's almost 2/10 down on his first flying lap. Mr. Pace is
Still in second.
Still in second, 0.2 seconds off.
KBR DKP currently fourth. He was third. He's just dropped down.
Kyle also very, very close. This is not even a second between him and C1.
My regular co-commentator Vanna is in sixth place. He was very much like you when we were chatting on the WhatsApp. He is asking me why I picked this car. He's never even seen it before. Now he has to race it. Sixth place, doing a good job. JWO Pace in seventh. Ran early eighth. Silent Assassin in ninth. S&P Pro currently 10th, and Dino Cantino currently 11th, battling with his pedals. Travis is 12th.
Yeah, Travis.
Travis.
Luckily came back in again. So he's having some connection issues. Mr. SMP3 Pro is really battling with this car, Stephen. I think he's swearing at you at this point.
But the funny part is he is a nations driver and their competition was based on all kinds of weird and wonderful cars. Possibly not this one, but they had various road cars.
I can promise you now, he's not thinking this car is wonderful or anything like that at this point.
A whole bunch of them were telling me it's much better than the Zonda that they had to race at some stage this year. So.
Oh yes, yeah, the Zonda race was also quite a difficult one, I must admit. Let's see where we are. So going back up again to the ranks, Sunburn Donkey still in first with a 1:27.288, which is our fastest lap. KLM Pace 2/10 behind. Leap 33, 3/10 behind.
Almost.
And he's still not picking up the pace there. Let's see, Mr. DKP.
Leap is only 0.07 behind Caleb between second and third.
That's absolutely nothing, to be honest. It's so close. I must also
haven't
say...
spoken much about Leap. Mr. Cornet always on form with his South African liveries. I think he also was a contender in season 2's final. Almost
correct,
made
yes.
it. I think he was in second place in the first two races and then had a fifth or sixth place that just took him out of contention.
So I had the distinct pleasure of racing with him and Mr. Sunburn Donkey in Pool 1.
Is that a pleasure?
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure getting beat every now and again. What I pick up from the group chats and Leapers put a lot of effort into the nations races. He's done a lot of practice. He was always on the chats asking for advice, giving advice. Between him and Sunburn Donkey, they were just pouring out information. So it's really showing. He's come a long way. He's doing very, very well the last few seasons.
Down to how much time's left here.
We've got 8 minutes 20 seconds running. Complete. We've got 1.5 to go. So let's see quickly.
We've got 34 people currently watching, and only 3 people have clicked like on the video. So while you're waiting for the race to start, hit the subscribed button, hit like. Just lets more people know when we actually are streaming. Dino Sneaky in third now. Just picked that up as well.
Oh wow.
0.018. So that small little gap between Pace and Leap, Dino somehow still managed to squeeze in there. Donkey's taken the advantage up to 4/10 from 2/10, so he's also improved. DKP 5th, Mikhail 6th, JWO Pace 7th, Travis 8th, Werner 9th, Jan Ali 10th, SMP Pro 11th, and Silent Assassin in 12th. Down to the last 40 seconds. So basically, if they're not on the last sector, they're not going to get to complete this current lap. Dino's just gone into second. No?
Yeah, he's gone into second.
Dino just improved by 2/10. So obviously he seems to have sorted his pedals out.
See if you found some love with the car as well.
Yeah. Don't worry, from when I announced this race 2 days ago, Dino's been practicing. He tells us he's working. I think that's it. Time to hit the start button.
Yeah,
Let's get race one
it.
underway.
So
maybe Dino's going to be the dark horse tonight.
Okay, so this... Did it go? Yes, it went. Alright, great stuff. Right, so guys, this is our first race for tonight. The guys will go straight into racing, and let's see how it goes.
What's quite interesting here is we've got a grid start, which should keep all the cars nice and close together. If this was a FIA race, you'd expect chaos, but these are our best drivers, so hopefully everyone gets through turn 1 and 2 without any incidents. Looking at the grid, you got your spectating on?
Yes,
about to start?
Yes, I'm in the race. I'm spectating for the guys here. There we go, and we're off. I don't see any.
My stream was further back.
Right,
everything
brilliant.
was looking fairly clean.
Yeah, there was no AD, guys. We've got a clean race start. Right from the start, these guys are pulling out all the stops. There's rubbing, racing. We've still got Sunburn Donkey in first place going into the third corner.
He's already opened up 8/10 of a second, followed by Dino Contino. He has KLM Pace all on over his rear. Possibly going to look for a move on the inside, coming up the hill here. See, no, looks like Dino's covering Kalen off there. So is he currently sitting second, but we've got a big train right behind him. Sunburn Donkey's just opening up the gap slightly. Now we're going to see the slipstream come into effect from this last turn all the way around to turn number 1.
You can see the train quite clearly behind Sunburn Donkey coming through the main straight. Guys, these guys are flying. This is absolutely fast. Then braking down, going into the first corner, the first left-hander. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Kalen was looking at Dino, and it looks like he's gone slightly wide there. No, he's recovering, but he would have lost a little bit of ground, and that's going to give DKP and Leap a bit of a run on him.
I see Pace picked up a half a second penalty there.
Yeah. Must have been track limits. Pace and his livery looking amazing. Really suits that car.
Just yellow foot of Poldies. This is actually looking quite awesome on the stream here. Got Leap here with these South African colours like you mentioned before. Car looks absolutely great.
See, custom livery adds an extra 5 horsepower.
Absolutely.
So currently just looking back at the front, 1.5 seconds from Sunburn Donkey to Dino. Dino has Pace, DKP, Leap and McCall right behind him. Slight little gap to S&P Pro and JRR. Then 1.7 back to Travis, Dana, Jan Ali and Silent Assassin. They form the next little slipstream train. I think everyone's keeping it clean. This is a 7-lap race. We've just started lap 3, so there isn't a lot of time to make moves here. Also, not much time to recover from mistakes. I think McCall was looking up the inside of Leap. Let's see what happens there. Just looking on the timing screen, it looks like McCall just managed to get past Leap down that short little straight drop to turn 3. But that's Next on Mikal, it was DKP. They seem to have swapped places back again. There was a nice battle between Cornet, Leap 33 and Mikal. They're both very clean races. At the front, Dino's Cantino seems to have closed down on Sunburn Donkey. I'm not sure if he made a mistake, but he is now only 8.5 tenths behind, followed by KLM Pace, closely followed by DKP, and then there's 2.5 seconds till the second group, which is now led by Lee. So it's getting quite tight at the front here, and Dino has obviously sorted out his pedal issue, challenging his testing mate, Mr. Donkey, Stefan Wessels. They're always busy practicing in lobbies together, and I think both have made huge improvements during the season. Sunburn Donkey finished 98th overall in the European region. 4 nations in this current season that we've just had, which is very, very impressive. Looks like DKP and KLM Pace are having a bit of a battle. Just looking at the timing screens. What do you think, Josh? Josh, are you there? I'm not sure where Josh is. I'm reading the comments here. I see AM Racing, let's go Dino. Love you too, Donkey, but Dino first.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Oh, there we go. Brilliant stuff. Sorry about that.
Sure.
No, I don't know what's happened there, but so KLM Pace DKP has been at this battle for about 3 laps now. Just can't manage to catch him, even in the slip. Don't know if the guys are aware that's watching. There was updates recently where they've actually changed the dynamic of the slip, so it's not that effective anymore. You have to be really close to a car to get the advantage of the slip, which changed a lot of the dynamic, but it's a lot better, to be honest. The slip was a little bit
overpowered. By slip, you obviously mean slipstream. I've seen that also when you have a group of cars. It actually doesn't pay to be second in the group. You get more of a slipstream in third or fourth, but it also seems to make more effect if you're further back. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry, on a different screen I was just watching S&P Pro lost it into the one turn, and he actually I think got hit by while he was spinning by JOO, which cost JOO a position because he stopped dead and Travis got past. So really unlucky there for Jay.
Unfortunate.
Well, technically he was 7th. He should have been 6th, but he's back in 7th anyway. Sorry, 8th, but he's attacking Travis for 7th, who he was ahead of. Round the outside into turn 1. Can he hold it? Nope, he's going to go wide. That might possibly let Vanna through.
I see Michael Rue, thanks Bud. I see you say that the slipstream has now changed to 0.75 of a second and
Correct.
not more 1.5 seconds. So you have to be really close to a guy to really get the slip going, the slipstream going, and get the advantage of the slipstream. And unfortunately, that creates such a big problem, especially for the guys that it's not seasoned racers like the ones we have on our screen now. They tend to then get into the bumper bashings and punting off. So yeah, it's very difficult to keep slip at 0.75 seconds.
So I'm just looking back at the front. Donkey's got that 1 second gap to Dino, but second to third has opened up to 2.5 seconds, but DKP has finally got past Kalo. So they've obviously been battling there and somehow managed to hold each other up quite a bit. So they've lost Dino completely. They still have almost 2 second gap to Leap, who's 2.5 seconds ahead of Mikal, followed by Travis, Vanna, JOO, Jan Ali, Silent Assassin and the spinning S&P Pro trying to recover in 12th, but we're about to start the last lap, so there's not much time for him to do anything there.
Yeah, unfortunately, with these spin, you obviously lost a lot of time. This is a very short race, as you say. There's no way you can make it up.
They're running 1 minute 28 normally, and on that lap he did a 39 when he spun, so 11 seconds down the tubes. Not going to come back from that in 7 laps in this company. Very well smooth controlled race at the front by Stephen Sunburnt Donkey. 1.5 seconds to Dino. Dino's been hanging in really well, so not surprised. Nations, it's been those two first and second, but we've got DKP and Kalen third and fourth from the manufacturers. Then Lipa McCall, Nations, Travis Vanner, JWO, Jan Ali, Silent Assassin, and S&P coming up to the finish.
Absolutely, yeah. So here comes our first race winner, Sunburn Donkey, to cross the finish line. Absolutely on form again tonight. He hasn't put a foot wrong.
He's led that from the start, controlled it. Dino caught up. I don't know if he made a small mistake there, but he pulled the gap again. DKP getting the better of Kalen at the end of that race. We obviously missed the move when they lost that 2 seconds to Dino, but all still in love and war. As long as there wasn't any ramming, or I know quite a popular one is into turn 1 in this track and hold it on the outside, but then that slows you both down. And like you say, once you lose the slipstream.
There we go. So one in the bag for Mr. Donkey. So what we're going to do now, guys, as you saw, we've done the second race qualifier. We're going to change the set now, and then we're going to do a quick shuffle around on the grid.
Yeah, and the guys can have a couple minutes just to get used to the car before the race starts, but we need to get going.
Right, guys, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to go silent for a bit so I can just get all the settings correct here. Just reading some of the comments here. Andrew van Niekerk, I agree with you. This was, again, a great race. These guys absolutely know what they are doing. With me, I've raced with all of these guys, Stephen as well. When you get to the Pool 1 guys, these oaks really, really know what they're doing, and they've got such a high standard of racing. It's just amazing to see how they fly around these tracks with these cars, especially the ones like this. I mean, the Fittipaldi, you would have known.
Just busy setting the grid positions, obviously.
Yeah, I'm almost done with it, yeah.
Okay. Once you're ready, just let me know and I'll tell them, give them a minute to start signal.
Right, so yeah, they can have their minute now, and then we'll start the race. So everything is done and dusted on my side.
Okay. Obviously DKP missed this qualifying, so he'll be starting at the back. Make his night quite interesting. I'm just looking, currently the points are 15 to Donkey. Pace and Dino are tied on 10 because Pace was the leader of the Manufacturers' Cup and got 3 points. 8 points to Leap, who got 2 bonus points. DKP's on 8, Mikhail 5, Travis 4, Vanna 3, Jay 2, Jana's on 2, and SMP Pro on 1. That's including the league bonus points. So we'll see how much it changes, but let's get race 2 underway.
Perfect stuff, let's do it. Let's hope for another clean start.
Yeah, this will be a rolling start.
Rolling start, hopefully no 80.
Yeah, I see Reaper's asking what's the combo for race 3. It is Catalunya in the Toyota TSO 30.
That's going to be obviously a bit of a longer race. So this one is very short, and again 6 laps only. These guys are running 130s. So this is going to be quite a good race to watch. Let's see how they're coming through the main straight.
Fantastically, I see no auto drive.
Brilliant, and we're off. Second race, let's go. First corner on this track is always tricky. Even on the real life circuits, the guys on the GT3s, they tend to mess this up quite badly. Let's see how it goes. It's perfect.
Well, the
no
first
issues.
Seems like everyone's through. 1 or 2 cars a little bit ghosted, possibly had some errors, but again we've got Sunburn Donkey off to early lead, Callum Pace, SMP Pro sitting in 3rd, Leap 4th, JWO 5th, Vanna 6th, Travis 7th, Mikhail 8th, Silent Assassin 9th, Dino 10th, Jan and DKP. So our 2nd and 3rd place finisher from the previous race have a lot to do. Dino in 10th and DKP in 12th. Although it looks like he's about to make a move on Jan Elia at the back. 2 of them fighting. Some of these liveries are really cool. I see donkeys in the old Fernando Alonso Renault Mile 7. Pace is in his own custom black Mercedes-Benz replica.
DKP has just moved up 2 positions.
He's running the Force Elio, otherwise known as Pink Mercedes.
That's it. Pace picked up. There's quite a few guys that picked up penalties. So Vanna picked up a penalty as well as a Leap as well as Pace.
So cutting on the chicane is very sensitive, but there are no penalty zones like a normal sports mode race, so basically just on your heavy braking zone ends up scrubbing itself off.
With the SF cars it's quite difficult to run off your penalty.
Yeah, because they've got so much downforce and
yes, absolutely.
You can brake so late.
100% yes. So it makes it quite a difficult thing to just run off your penalty. And with a grade 3 car, it's quite easy. Before your braking point, just start braking and it runs the penalty out quite quickly.
I'm just looking a little bit further back. I see Dino is
all over
currently
Travis. All over Travis. I've got on the stream here also. We have got Travis, Dino, DKP, and Mikhail all here fighting for 6, 7, 8 and 9th positions.
Jay from Dino.
Jay is chasing down Leap.
I think that the main battle at the moment is that Cantino battle. At the side it looks like Van is spun. I do have a slight watching on the TV gives about a 1 to 2 second head start, so you can't. I might actually say stuff before it happens. Unfortunately for Vanna, it's cost him 10 seconds, so it's dropped him right to the back, or he's at the back by 10 seconds. So he's actually towards the end of the top 10 there. Silent Assassin sitting 10th, 11th, Yana Ali 10th, Mikhail 9th, DKP 8th, Dino still in 7th place, dropped a little bit off the back of Travis, JOO, Leap, S&P Pro, Kalen and Sunburn Donkey. I see the front, it's opened up already to a 2.5 second lead for Sunburn Donkey, and Kalen Pace is 1.6 ahead of S&P Pro. So it looks like our podium order for now is not going to change too much. But the big battle is obviously that DKP Dino Cantino train.
Absolutely.
See, it looks like Mikhail's actually giving DKP quite a hard time now. What we did mention is these cars do have a certain amount of boost that gives them obviously an extra bit of speed. I did see DKP using that quite a bit at the start because he was in last place, so it's possible that he would have used some or all of it up, while the other guys might be using it at different stages. Personally, the very few times I've driven these cars, I like to use it more in the early stages just to get away and get a gap and stay out of trouble, but if you're in the middle of the pack, sometimes it pays to save some for later on to help you get past when everyone else has run out.
Absolutely true, yes. Up the ranks, let's see, Kyle, Dino, DKP. This absolutely big battle going on here. So Kyle has just passed DKP. Travis opened up quite a big gap, almost 2 seconds. Sunburn Donkey still holding on to his 2.5 second lead. Amazing stuff. He's such a constant performer. The consistency.
Let's just say that he's a beast.
There's actually no other way to put it. His consistency is absolutely astounding. Hitting the same marker on the same time every time.
Just to give you an idea, his first lap from the rolling start was a 1:39.7, second lap 35.5, third lap 35.4. He's about to coming up to cross the line on my screen. He's about 10 seconds ahead of you. Got a bit of lag here today, but
and he's just done a 1:35.6, I think.
35.9, yeah. So 35.5, 35.4, 35.9.
Absolutely.
All within half a second. Now, if we go further back to, it's just not picking on anyone. Let's look at Dino, for example. He did obviously in traffic 38.1, 37.0, 36.1. So as he's got into the open air, he's been able to increase, but consistency wise, even Kalen 35.5, 35.8, 36.7. And Kalen's another guy that has remarkable consistency.
Absolutely.
Guys in the comments, don't be shy. I see the odd message, go Vanna from Carl, Reno, don't disappoint Vanna.
Sunburn is as consistent as a sunrise. Andrew, you are absolutely right. There's no other way of putting it. It is absolutely astounding to watch donkey race. It's absolutely amazing.
I mean, maybe just give us a little bit of onboard footage from Donkey. Just
absolutely,
it's something awesome to watch.
For some reason, it doesn't want to change the camera holder.
No, don't stress it. Looking further back, Leap and S&P Pro's Leap's managed to get past S&P Pro, but they're still very close together. JOO is only 1.4 back, with Travis within a second of him. Travis is picking up his pace every lap. His last lap was 0.3 quicker than Jay. Dino's in the mid 36s, 1.7 behind Travis, 2.8 ahead of DKP. DKP and Mikhail are still having a huge battle, only 0.2 between them. Then there's 9 seconds to Jan, who's having a good battle with Silent Assassin, and Vanna has got the gap down to 6 seconds, but obviously that's been that lap was a 1:55, so it cost him 17 seconds, and he's only 30 seconds behind the leader. So without that spin, he'd be potentially in 9th place currently. It looks like we're already on to the last lap, so this race has flown by.
Donkey is driving in the Matrix, Stiganator. Yes, I think he's not driving in the Matrix, I think he's writing the Matrix.
I was about to say, I think he is the Matrix.
Okay guys, here we go.
Michael Reed, Trapnet, Petrol, Dino.
There we go, our winner, Sunburn Donkey, second place K-On Pace, third, Gournay, Leap 33, S&P 3 Pro, JOO Pace, Travis, Dino, DQP, Mikhail, Junali, and Silent Assassin still battling it out.
It was a good recovery for S&P Pro after coming last in the previous race up to 4th this race. We've got a bit of a shuffled order. I think the main winners there are going to be Donkey's extending the lead, and Callum Pace be consistent at the top.
Right, there we go, got it. You guys, this another amazing race. Again, consistency by Sunburn Donkey, KLM Pace, very, very consistent.
Carlos Stozen says clinical from Donkey.
Absolutely. And as we said in the beginning of the stream, our money is on Pace and Donkey.
Interesting enough, last season we had a 1-2 and 1-2. I think it was for Donkey was second in both, and I think Leap won both. And then when it came to the final, Donkey came second again with Mikhail winning, but Leap was in 5th or 6th place, and he ended up coming 3rd. Because Donkey managed to get 3 second places. Today it looks like Donkey's doing the winning, so it's never guaranteed is the point.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's running away, but same thing as last time might happen, and he could end up not even making the podium. I think he'll make the podium though.
I think so too. I see Dino is again complaining about his throttle. Just go back to controller, but it's liberating.
You're short time on wheel, but I think you just need to give that wheel another go.
No, I'll leave it to the guys that really wants to drive a wheel. I'm quite happy with my controller. I think a lot of guys was surprised when they heard when I did Wave Pipe Pool 2 in Season 2 with controller and automatic. So I remember Stephen wasn't. He was quite surprised when I told him I was controller automatic. He was quite surprised. But yeah, that's so we just give it different strokes for different acts, eh?
Correct. While this is going on, I'm busy doing some backyard maths here to get the grid positions.
definitely. Yeah, if
which
you,
I shall give to you shortly, but obviously the guys are doing some warm-up just to get used to the cars and back into the groove while we're doing it. It shouldn't be too
Pace again, beautiful livery, with his signature decals that he's put on. Mr. Donkey is sporting a gold chrome color car. Okay, go for gold, I think, Mr. Donkey. Where am I? Dino Cantina. What? I hope you're at home, eh? He's probably asking for where's the points, where is he going to start off at? We're still waiting for KPMG just to verify your math there, Mr. Stephen. We leap again, guys. This liveries is always on par. He's always sporting a South African livery of some sort. Again, beautiful car that he's made here. My camera view is changing. Beautiful. I don't know what was wrong in the previous race. Then we've got JWO Pace. Let's see what he's done to his livery. Also very, very cool, sporting in yellow. Oh, he's got Dunlop as a sponsor. Beautiful, beautiful car that he's running. Travis. Duracell. Haha, it looks like a battery. Beautiful. Awesome stuff. Very creative. Werner. Let's see what he's got on here. He's got a camouflage vehicle. Yellow and grey, it seems. Yellow, grey and white. DQP. Standard livery. SMP 3 Pro. Running... what is that? Bullet. Okay, Journali, standard livery, Silent Assassin, also the normal standard GTS livery, as well as Mikhail. What is on the side of this vehicle? Bullet? Can't make it out. Cool tech on the nose. So these guys are just getting used to these cars. I must admit the Toyota is a very, very, very nice vehicle to drive. It's got a what's the nice words for it? There's a battery backup on this
hybrid.
vehicle. So it's there we go. It's a hybrid vehicle. So it's got a battery kick to it.
Just sent you the grid
motor.
positions.
So a very, very nice vehicle. If you drive it nicely, you get a lot of fuel saving out of it. If you can run on your battery backup. Very, very fast car. It loves a bit of overdrive, oversteer. But all in all, a very, very nice balanced car. One of my favorites, these.
Josh, you got the grid?
Yeah, I've got it. So I'm going to quickly set it up for us.
Okay, so while you're busy with that, this race, the tyre wear and fuel is on. Tyres are at 6 times wear and the fuel at 5. I did a very quick test, so lap times are far off, but they should get about 12 to 15 laps on the fuel, so they are going to more than likely have to put in some, either that or they'd have to really slow down to fuel save. And I've heard either 2 or 3 stops, probably the option with pit stops here. Either 775 was mentioned. I also heard 6661. So we'll see. Obviously, the extra stop can be made up by doing less time on the harder tyre, and obviously having fresher tyres. So it's going to be interesting.
Okay, so for the guys,
have you been saving the replays, Werner? I mean, Josh?
No, I did not. I can quickly save this one. There we go.
Second
this
one
saved. Yeah, second one saved. Unfortunately, sorry, man.
No problem. Werner just asked me. I don't think anything happened in the first race.
No, the first race was quite clean. If it wasn't, we do apologise. Just want to check the grid order here. Okay, so for the guys watching, our grid order is going to be in first place Sunderland Donkey, second place will be KLM Pace, Leap 33 in third, Dino Cantino in fourth, DKP in fifth, Travis in sixth position, SMP3 Pro will be starting in seventh, J Double O Pace will be starting in eighth, Mikhail in ninth, Werner in 10, 11 will be Junali, and then Silent Assassin is 12th. Is that correct, Stephen?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Cool. Right, so we can basically start this when we're ready.
Yeah, let's just give them a 1 minute warning, just in case someone's run to the bathroom or having a sip of water or something.
I'm just giving that out to them now. Missing Stinky up front. Stegenator, I'm absolutely with you on that one. I think Not So Stinky would have added another dynamic to this race. Absolutely. Carl Westhuizen, Werner, keep your head up, buddy. Yes, absolutely. We're rooting for Werner.
Yeah, double check on the grid there. See, I put SMP Pro 7th and 12th.
I saw that.
Silent Assassin in 12th, yeah.
That's correct, yeah. This one I'll make sure. Let's check it quickly. Silent Assassin in 12th. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, then you can go.
Right, guys. Right, guys, here we're going to start our final race for tonight.
Obviously, Donkey's on pole with 2 wins and winning his league. Pace currently is on. Donkey's on 27 points. Pace is on 20. Leap on 16. Dino 14. DKP 11, and then the rest all bunched up close together further down. This race, however, is worth double points.
Seems we have a problem.
Yeah, half the grid was in.
Aha. Okay, that's what it was.
Unfortunately, you need to set the grid again.
Sort your life out. There we go. Nice. Oh, nice one, boys. Nice one. Luckily, when they re-enter now, the race setting should be exactly the same. Once everybody's in, we'll just I'll read it out to you. You can just confirm for me if you don't mind, Stephen. So first I've got Sunburn Donkey, KLM Pace, Leap, Dino, DKP, Travis, SMP3 Prio, JOO Pace, Mark Mikhail, Werner, Junali and Silent Assassin.
Yeah, let's go.
Perfecto. I see Leap is spectating. So let's just tell the guys to please enter. Then I see the guys are still in the pits from hosting now for about close to a year and a half. Yeah. I've learned the trick that the guys must be past sector 1 before you start.
Correct.
It absolutely helps. So any of you the guys watching the stream, if you guys are hosting your races, there's a few tips and tricks that you can pick up from GT Planet and so forth. And one of the tricks that I picked up was all the guys must be past sector 1 before you start the race. Then your AD is much less or 0. Just want to tell the guys you to please pass sector 1. Thank you, Stephen. I see there's still 2 cars in the pits.
Yeah, Dino and Werner, but they're both going out now, so we should be able to start in about 20 seconds.
It's Dino. He's
So
got
Ron,
accelerator problems. It might be 50 seconds.
I see. I think they're trying to hide their tyre combinations, possibly.
Probably, yes.
Just running through what I can see here. Travis is starting on mediums, Silent Assassin on mediums, SMP Pro soft, Donkey soft, Mikhail medium, Jay soft, Jan soft, Pace soft, Leap soft, DKP soft, Vanna is mediums, and Dino is soft, Travis medium. So obviously this guys further back are trying to get their soft tires out the way early. Let's hope for no auto drive.
So just on that, Stephen, so the both tyre compounds compulsory?
Correct.
Okay.
But they only have to do one lap, so if they do 18 laps on softs and one on hard, then they're fine.
Great stuff. Right, guys.
Stigmator says Donkey. AM Racing says this is going to be fun. Carl Lewis stays in. Donkey about to go back to back. I'm just watching at the back of the grid here, and it looks like there's no auto drive, which is always great. Showing the guys at the back were still just in the chicane as the race started.
Oh wow, that's not a good place to be, hey?
No, fortunately these cars aren't too bad. Some of the GR3 cars with less downforce, if they start you in a chicane, you end up facing the wrong way before the race starts. So now we've got 19 laps. It should be about a minute and a half lap plus pit stop, so we should be done in around about half an hour. Just praying the only thing that can stop Donkey will be load shedding at 10 in 17 minutes. So fingers crossed they stop load shedding at 10 and they don't turn him off before they do that. I had that not so long ago where they said it would stop at 10, but they only turned me back on at 12 o'clock at night.
That will be definitely unfortunate.
And
that's such a good run tonight.
Yeah, this is racing, and there's not, when things like load shedding or auto drive happen, basically you have to take it like real racing. If it was a mechanical issue or a crash that took you out, there's some advantages to the virtual world, but there's also big disadvantages. Internet connection and power being two requirements. Looks like everyone's keeping their powder dry for the first lap here. Pace definitely sitting with Donkey, not letting him get away this time. These cars also have quite a lot of understeer when you're following someone closely. People say dirty air, but basically the turbulence causes problems. So with Mr. Pace being less half a second behind, you'll slide more, scrub his tyres, so that getting more wear, which obviously then becomes a problem later on. Leap, quite an experienced campaigner, he's sitting back in third, just out of the slipstream. We've got DKP right behind him in fourth. Dino's showing on softs, he's in fifth. Travis 6, but Travis is on medium, so he's got two guys right behind him who are in a rush to get past on their softs. That is SMP Pro and JOO. Jay being a fill-in tonight for Princess Fluffy Butt, who was unable to make the races, unfortunately.
Also quite unfortunate. So, like you say, if Princess Fluffy Butt and Sneaky could have joined this race tournament, it would have definitely changed the dynamic vastly.
Which is why I'm quite excited about our season 4. We do manage to come through with the proposals and stuff that we are busy with. There might be some nice, decent sized incentives to get people who haven't raced, like Armani Quintus, Lorenzo Gutierrez, Jules, quite a couple of our former top 3 season winners, champions, race winners in Pool 1, who are still involved but not in our league. They might all be coming back, so we'll probably see the most competitive season yet. not that this isn't, but out of our top 12 guys, we could probably add another 5 who are just as good.
Definitely. Well, it's something to look forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to the announcements. Any indication of when the season will be starting?
Possibly with it 2 to 3 weeks. So this week, obviously, instead of racing, we're having the finals. Next week most likely will be a gap week, with seeding the following week and then racing in 3 weeks' time. But depending on what we get confirmed, we might even bring that forward a week or back a week. Obviously, if we're getting sponsors involved and some prizes, that's worth waiting for.
Brilliant stuff. Well, definitely something to look forward to. On screen now I've got Sunburn Donkey and Carolyn Pace. They've already opened a gap of 2 seconds on leap.
Pace is right on the back there. I'm actually amazed.
On fire. On fire.
Just think. Just looking at Pace managed to win this. I think he'd just fall short of Donkey. Looks like he's lining him up for a move here, going outside.
He's just moved out. He took a move on the outside, as you said.
Cut back on the inside. Very smart. Also, things like fuel and tyre wear come in here. Tyres look very similar. Fuel, Donkey actually has slightly less in Pace, which would make sense because he's been sitting behind in the slipstream, which does give you a bit of less fuel usage. Third, DKP seems to have got past Leap, pulled away a little bit of a gap. They 6 seconds ahead of Travis in 5th. S&P Pro's fairly close behind still with Dino Cantino in the slipstream. JOO's, Jan Ali McCall, Vanner 7 seconds further back, and then Silent Assassin 1.8. Vanner seemed to must have had a problem on lap 1. His lap 1 time was quite slow, unfortunately. Everyone else was in the low 40s. His was a half 50, so I don't know if there's some contact somewhere. Unfortunately for Vanner.
So Pace is opening up the gap on Sunburn Donkey. What I've seen, what's quite interesting, if you look at the fuel between the two vehicles, Carolyn Pace is running on a little bit more fuel because he's short shifting. He's definitely doing some fuel saving while still pushing out decent lap times.
Looking at the current positions, what I was saying just now is with Donkey on 27 points and Pace on 20 points. If Pace had to win this, he would get another 24 points, and Donkey, if he came second, he would get 20. So that would still put Donkey ahead of Pace overall. But DKP's close to within 1.3 of Sunburnt Donkey, so if Donkey ended up third with Pace first, then Pace would probably take the overall by a couple points. So DKP could be the spoiler. I think Leap's slightly further back at the moment on the overall points. So there for Leap or DKP or Dino, who are the other 3 that were quite close, to be able to win that need just something major to happen to Donkey, but Pace is still in contention. Donkey's not in the top 2. So all to play for, like I was saying earlier. The one thing I wouldn't be surprised at though is Donkey always has a perfect strategy as well.
Absolutely true. I've seen that in the few races that we've done in the Nations. He's always on point with his strategies. So let's see. Maybe there's a wild card up his sleeve. I see here that Andrew says great move by Pace. Absolutely, that was a brilliant pass. I don't think Sunburn saw that coming. I know for a fact when Pace did a track guide for us a year ago.
Whenever I race Pace, I see it coming because you see pace behind you and you know he's going to make a move. He doesn't
very,
wait.
very true. So on this track, he did a track
I've
guide
never
for us.
raced.
Yeah.
I've never raced at donkey's pace, but if I see pace behind me, the move's imminent.
Absolutely, no. He was in one of our lobbies also a couple of weeks ago, and I saw him coming, and I just knew either which way he's going to come through. So, but on this specific track, he did a track guide for us last year for one of our seasons.
Yeah.
This is one of his very strong tracks, especially going down in turn 1, turn 2, and that's exactly where he took the lead from Sunburn Donkey. I see Donkey in the pit, yeah. So
that's lap 6. That looks like that 6-6-6-1 strategy potentially.
Okay, 6-6-1.
6-6-1.
Let's see how that goes.
That would be 6 plus 6 plus 6, 18 plus the 1 on medium. Because if you're able to run at his pace of 131s, 132s, you might drop off a little bit more if you try to do a 2-stop. And if you're losing 2-3 seconds a lap, it's only a 6 or 7 second pit stop here.
Yeah, it's a very quick pit stop.
I'm looking, he's 6.6 behind Callum Pace after his pit stop. So he fitted into the gap very nicely there. 6.4 seconds behind. So obviously with the fresh rubber, he's flying now. Really taken 0.3 of a second out in that sector.
As you said earlier, he's always got a good strategy. So
I haven't seen Dino, but Dino was mentioning 6-6-1 when I asked him about strategy on the pits earlier.
He's still out. He's still on the same tyres.
He still hasn't pitted
He's
yet,
probably going to pit now. Tyre wear not too bad if you look at it. I was looking at Travis running on mediums and Dino on softs.
Dino's tyres look better on the soft too.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I see Corne Leap from 4th place is pitting. He also at 6 seconds should get out to around about S&P Pro, but S&P Pro also pitted.
None of them are pitting for fuel, so definitely the fuel will be on the second stop.
Yeah, or third if they do it. I'm looking at Caleb. He's got half a tank and he's on lap 7, so even then I don't think he can go to the end without pitting. Pace is 2.4 ahead of DKP currently, with Sunburn now only 5 seconds behind Pace, so he's made up 1.2 seconds on that lap. New fastest lap of the race, potentially. The downside though is he would be, if DKP doesn't pit, he's going to get stuck behind him on all tyres and lose the advantage. So it's almost like he doesn't want to catch him too quickly. But you can see that car's pushing now.
Absolutely.
Sectors everywhere.
I saw that, yeah. No, he's definitely going to put a blistering pace on this one.
Oh no, Dino just disconnected.
Oh, that's not good. What time is it? Oof, you see, it's
9:55. I think it's probably more due to the pedals or something.
Could be.
It's unfortunate, Dino.
Malossi said about bets still $50 on Pace. Malossi, I don't think so, but I think Sunburn has got a ace up his sleeve. Watch this space. It's either going to be a very, very close 1-2, or Pace will win. But I think my money's still on Donkey.
Catching and passing's one thing. Catching's one thing, passing's another.
Absolutely.
Donkey did the fastest lap of the race there, 1:30.7. The previous fastest was 1:31.38, so 7/10 difference.
7/10 is huge.
But
hopefully, let's cross our fingers.
A bunch more laps. Sunburn's only 3.5 now behind Pace from 6.6, but he has to get past DPP, and I think this could go either way.
Let's just hope that Eskom plays along.
Yeah.
Because if Eskom...
Load shedding, they said, was supposed to be over at 10, but I know Donkey did say there's his area was potentially for 10 o'clock. So I'm not sure if that was for stage 3 or 2. Eskom never know what stage they are. Very, very sad to see Dino disconnect. I see on WhatsApp he says sorry, but his throttle massively messed up.
Okay, Pace is in for pit stop.
Pace is in after completing 9 laps.
9 laps.
He can go 991 versus, yeah. He needs to have enough to do another 9 laps or 10 laps in total. He might not put fuel on the next one.
Yeah, he puts exactly half a tank more.
And I see Pace has also put mediums on, so is he one stopping here?
That's a good question.
He's 8.3 behind Sunburnt. They do have to use those medium tyres, but I don't know. Him and DQP put the mediums on, so I don't know if they're planning to run the next 10 laps on mediums, or if they're going to do 9. They're going to do 1 lap now and pit again.
I see that Junali also pitted for and put on mediums.
Travis up to 4th, Mikhail 5th. I told Dino if he wants he can come join us on the chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, he might be a bit disappointed, but may send him off.
Right, so just running through our order, guys. We've got Sunburn Donkey first, Kyle in Pace in second, DQP in third, DMR Travis in fourth, Leap 33 in fifth, Mikhail in sixth, DMR SMP3 Pro in 7th, Junali in 8th, Werner now in 9th, JW Pace in 10th, Silent Assassin sitting in 11th. We've now gone through all our pit stops. Except Mikhail has not pit.
There you go. DQP and Pace both need to take the mediums off and obviously going to switch back to softs for the last 9 laps.
And you call that one, hey? You call that strat.
This now means that Donkey is about 15 seconds ahead, but I have a feeling he's going to pit on the next lap and possibly the lap 18.
It's quite possible.
So he should come out at the end of the next lap in front, but he might not come out the second time in front. So it's whether 2 versus 1 3-stop strategy will clash.
He does have enough fuel though for another 2 laps, so let's see. Caroline's Pace obviously clawing back the seconds with the fresh rubber.
They should be flying with those fresh shafts.
Absolutely. I see Donkey's still holding on to those seconds. He's not letting it go so quickly. Galwa stays on the medium, just not worth it. Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what Stephen said. The guys will run a 1 lap on medium at the most, just to get it out of the way and get right back onto the softs. That's the strat looks like Sunburn Donkey and Carlin Pace and DQP is running. So yeah, let's see how this pans out. The big difference is that Pace and DQ has both put fuel on that stop. We're still waiting for Donkey to do his second stop. So he should be putting fuel in now. He needs fuel obviously, so let's see how much he's going to put and what tyre compound he's going to go for. Knowing Sunburn Donkey from the few races I had with him in Pool 1, he loves to do the softs and the very last lap he does the compulsory compound. So let's see, maybe I'm right on this.
Generally that's a good strategy when you're in front, because you don't want to put the slow tyre on.
Exactly true. Exactly true. So I think that's what he's going to do.
For Pace and DQP, but they seem to have just got out ahead on that second stop and then pulled away again.
Absolutely, yeah. So my money is on Donkey going to pit now for fuel for the rest of the race and going back out on softs. to do his very, very last lap on mediums. So he's going into the pit lane now. Let's see if I'm right.
Dived into the pit lane there. I thought he was about to spin.
Yep, he's back on softs.
Putting fuel. So
KLM
he really doesn't want to get stuck behind. Obviously it boosts you out the pits here, but it's going to be very close. Looks like he's coming
and
just
he's
behind pace.
Just
he
out
needs to get past
pace.
DKP though. He's going to sweep around the outside, go wide. That was quite lucky that for Donkey that DKP went in there a little bit hot, because getting stuck behind him would have been quite a bit of a disadvantage to his strategy. The tyres all fairly similar at the moment. Donkey needs to really get going now though, overtake and pull a gap, because he still has to fit the mediums.
Absolutely true.
We saw here 7/10 quick. Oh no, wait, I see pace matched his fastest lap and actually beat it by 10th on this set of tyres, obviously with less fuel and the fresh tyres. But Kalen's flying.
I don't know if the strategy is going to pay out on this one, eh? I'm being
currently 7 laps left.
I'm being very careful to say this because 7 laps left, 2.5 seconds to go. KLM will definitely pit in one more time.
KLM doesn't have to pit because he did 9. Yeah, he did 9 laps on the first stint, then 1 lap on mediums, and
yes,
if he does another 9 he should be alright. Obviously we saw at the end of his stint, I'm just looking now, he dropped into the mid 32s versus
which is still very,
low
very good
31s. Correct. So that's a 1.5 seconds towards the end where Donkey will be able to push now, not drop into the 32s because he'll fit faster tyres, but just not going to help him being behind. I think the main thing that cost him there was the tyres, and
Donkey just
went wide. He's got DKP right behind him now. So
this is going to be a close battle. I don't know how this is going to play out, but
basically
lost quite a bit of ground there.
Kalen needs to pay Diki a little bit of a commission and see if he can get him ahead to help with overall.
Andrew, definitely this is going to be a very, very exciting race. Battle in the rear, absolutely. These guys are all on top of each other. It is absolutely amazing how these guys drive. Right at the back here, let's go from the back again. Werner right on Junali, trying to catch up. He's just come out of the pit, I think. He's on the outlap, so he's still on the cold tyres. Junali, then we've got Mikhail, Mr. Berry. If I want to go and add the noise,
that will correct. Don't do it now with Donkey and DKP fighting. Once I sort this out, disappear for 2 seconds just to send that invite so Dino can join the chat.
Perfect. Alright, so DKP has taken that Donkey.
That's quite important in terms of the points, because 16 points for second here would put Donkey 1 point behind Kalen overall.
Wow. Yeah, Mr. Malose Sebata, he's absolutely just nailing. Like I say, this is one of Kalen's favourite tracks. He loves this track. He knows it very, very well. He knows the break points. He knows the apexes very well. So absolutely sort of on his home ground to say.
I'm just looking at these three at the front on 19 seconds ahead of Leap 33, who's a really, really fast driver in his own right. So you can just see how quick they're pushing. Leap 24 seconds behind Kalen on lap 15. Just jump back quick there, and while we got a little gap in the action, send that invite to Dino quick.
Let's do it. Okay, done. Right, back into the action.
Okay, so we'll see if Dino joins us, but in the meantime we've got Kalen Pace 3.5 seconds out front from DKP. Sunburn Donkey is still less than a second behind, but he needs to put the mediums on. Looks like Dino's joining us now. The unlucky man, Mr. Cantino, what's happening?
My bad, I am so hard sore, you don't even understand.
Condolences. Are you watching the race currently?
I am.
Go back to controller. Go back to controller.
What's what's happening with Donkey here? Because he still needs to pit. We thought that strategy was going to work, but he seems to have battled on this last stint, basically.
Give him a chance, bro.
Well, Kalen and DKP they pitted on lap 9 with their softs and fitted mediums, and then they pitted lap 10 to put the softs
So they're going to do 919.
Yeah,
correct.
919, and at this point in time, it's really paying off. Pace is keeping a 4 seconds on DKP.
Pace is gone. This is one of his exhibition style drives, much the same as Donkey in the first 2 races. I haven't seen him put a wheel wrong. That overtake early on was one of the cleanest you'll see all day. Dean, what happened? Well,
with my throttle.
Yeah.
It's just screwed, dude.
It's just sticking, jumping around.
It's fluttering, dude. Save the replay, people will see. Makes me very upset, and it's not like an excuse or anything.
No, definitely.
But the Super Formula, I would have been 0.1, 0.2 behind Donkey because we drove together the whole time.
Yeah,
I blew it out like a machine, and then into Lagos it finally came together a bit.
Yeah.
And then this race here, I could do 131 flats, 131.2, 131.3, 0.2 behind Donkey as well. So I'm very pissed off. Sorry, ladies and people and family.
No stress. What do you think of the other guys racing tonight? Mookie Van has also had a bit of a nightmare. I'm not sure what happened on lap 1 here. I think there's some contact with him in race 2.
I was just looking forward to a good battle with Deaky. I think Deaky's doing pretty well. We'll have to have a battle with him again.
How old's Deaky again?
I think it's like 19 or 18 or something. I'm not too sure.
He's quite a young guy. He's
between 18 and 22. He's very good.
He did a 30.8, but he's consistently in the 31.2, 31.6 area.
That's the lap times you should be doing. That's correct.
Correct. Pace did a 30.6, and he's been low 31s, 31.1, 31.4, 31.2, 31.4.
That's the lap times, bud.
Yeah, that's...
Do you know what's worse? If you hit those in the afternoon and do 30 highs and stuff as well, and then you come in the evening. But enough about me. What happens is someone gave me
a season.
T300, which is right here in front of me. So I'm going to be setting it up right now. So there's G29, I'm just going to sort it out. And then I'll have both for now because I'm not going to sit through this again. I lost 3 seconds elapsed, but I think listen, just give Donkey a gap because remember the pit stop's only 4.5 seconds.
Yeah. Donkey's definitely got P3 secured. He's 22 seconds ahead of lead.
But he needs to have P2. No, P3 should still give him the...
Overall's 1 point behind Pace.
How can that be though, if he beat Pace by 3 positions and then he beat Pace by 1 position?
Same as last time, double points in the main race.
Okay, Simon Donkey just fitted.
It actually worked quite well last time, yeah. Onto the last lap. Is Leap going to get round? Not quite in time.
Jacob Esler, thank you for that. DKP is 17 years old, boys.
17.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Youngster, quite a youngster, and he's driving very, very well tonight. He's very consistent. also not putting her foot wrong.
Another person who's done well is JOO, sitting in 5th place here. He had, I don't know how
Zero
much
training.
practice he did. He wasn't supposed to be racing. He replaced Princess Fluffy Butt. So 5th place, great performance. S&P Pro up to 6. DMR Travis, another one of your teammates there, Dino, 7th place.
Yeah, also doing very well now.
It's also Deeky's birthday today, guys. Sorry.
Oh,
Just reading
okay.
the
Happy
comments
birthday,
here.
Deeky.
Happy birthday, Deeky, for sure.
Happy birthday, Dicky, my boy.
Another surprise for me is McCall down in 8th because he won the main race last season. Very good in the GR1 cars, so I'm not sure what happened. Maybe the combination or practice. Jan Ali 9th, Silent Assassin 10th, and Vannis in 11th, right behind Silent Assassin. Heading to the front there though. Mr. Pace about to take the line, over 5 seconds.
There we go. That's our race winner. Second place goes to DKP.
6 seconds ahead of Donkey.
Third to Donkey. There we go.
then it's
Kendall
another
Marwell.
I think
Donkey
Donkey just chilled and cruised. I don't think Donkey realized that because he told me while we were on a body chat just before I joined there that he's just going to cruise there. Third position should secure him the win. So I'm not sure that he knew the points are going to be double again.
Uncle
I
Ken
think that's
Marwa
going to catch
saying
him off guard.
Marwa power
Possibly.
in the house. Uncle Ken, yes. It was definitely Marwa power tonight again. Malossi, I owe you $50, but
Well, we not confirming. Let me do my fancy maths and actually add this up on paper just to confirm. Dino, you were 4th after the first 2 races. Was that the plan? Were you surprised, especially your comeback in the SF race through the pack starting?
No,
10th?
third place was mine.
Yeah.
Third place tonight was my goal. Garrett's solid. I knew from the race 1 Interlagos I could have pace because I'm quite good on that track. SF I was happy to just be just behind them, maybe a second. And in this race I would have had a third, fourth or fifth. I would have been happy with that as well. I did exactly the same paces as them, but that's only my personal thing. But well done to the gents here that did well. I mean, mechanical stuff is part of racing, is it not? So
Definitely.
a driver can't
Can
drive
you-
a bicycle, you know?
While I'm just adding the points up here, could Josh Noel invite Deaky, Pace, Donkey to start with? Anyone else as well, but let's see if we can get them on the chat.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You were driving, so you wouldn't have heard, but I know, Dino, you said that you might not.
Okay. Sends a few invites there. Let's see the guys join.
No, you're on a live stream, don't swear.
Okay. Yeah, you're,
Sorry.
you're allowed one, but you joined. Welcome, Leaf. How's it going? How did you enjoy that?
My heart is still beating.
Nothing
The
wrong with that.
adrenaline is running high. I actually have no idea what happened in this race.
How'd it
Don't
go?
ask me any details.
AM Racing saying winning is winning as long as you are not losing. Absolutely. Winning is that thing that you do when you're not losing, as said by
That's a
Jonathan.
good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Anyway, boys, like while everybody's joining, I just want to say you had an absolutely fantastic 3 races, guys. Well done. Well done to the podiums for the 3 races. Well done to the guys that stuck it out. Dina, unfortunately, you fell out with your mechanical failure. But I think overall it was an excellent race from all of you guys. Well done. Well deserved. This was absolutely... This was the shortest 2 hours I've had with GTSA.
It's the longest I've had.
No, for me it was absolutely the shortest. I really enjoyed every minute of it. From my side, Stephen, thanks for co-hosting with me. Was an
Awesome, it was
absolute
good fun.
pleasure. Absolute pleasure to host. Absolute pleasure to stream.
Don't forget about the short-term co-host, brother. I'm right here. Hello.
You only joined for like 10 minutes before the other guys.
It's
but
fine. I had more fun doing that than my races. So.
But yeah, guys, again, from
Sorry,
my side,
Pacey.
I would say very big congratulations to all of you. It's a
Definitely.
big race. It is 2 hours of pure racing. It will eat up anybody, and I mean with changing conditions, changing of cars, it's such a technical thing to just change from an SF car into a Grade 1 car, and from all of that from a Fittipaldi of all cars, you know. So again, I take my hats off to every one of you. I wouldn't have been able to do it. So yeah, congratulations.
Awesome, guys. So,
Thanks.
Thank you.
who wants to know
Guys,
what the
from my
results are?
side, it's Werner here.
Hi, Vadney, yeah?
Generally, on a night like this, I would have joined Steven, but as luck turned out, I managed to compete tonight, although I wouldn't call what I did competing. But
You
I
did
just
well.
want to say thank you to Josh Nell as well for jumping in and stepping up as honorary admin for the evening, and joining Stephen. And Stephen and Josh, thanks so much for hosting tonight. And you guys really kept us on our toes. It was interesting. It was fun. And yeah, looking forward to next season. It's going to be a goodie.
It's an absolute
Yeah,
pleasure,
so-
man. An absolute pleasure.
So who wants to know the result?
I think I do.
Did I win?
Okay,
Start at
so
the
Start
bottom.
from the bottom, yeah.
Silent Assassin got 2 points. That would be the points went the same as last season. So 12 points for first place, 10 for second, 8 for third, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for 10th place, and 11th and 12th got zip.
Okay.
Yeah. So Silent Assassin got 10th place, which in the last.
Wow. Nice. Where's McCall? Is he not here? Well done.
With 30 points, DKP third with 31 points, with 43 points Sunburn Donkey, and 44 points
possible. Wow.
Kalim Pace.
Come on!
Wow.
So
That is so
Donkey
close.
got
Well done. Well done to the
12,
top two
12
guys.
and 16.
Wow, that was so close.
Come on!
Well
Pace
done,
was
Des.
Sorry
Well
guys, but
done.
nowhere did you guys say the last race was double points. I just settled for third place.
Yep, I told
I
you.
mean, I'm
Steven.
happy for Kalen. Kalen raced brilliant in the last race. He deserved the victory. But nowhere did you guys say double points. Anyway,
Same as last time, which remember
You can't
got
say same as
3
last time, Stephen.
We did.
Because Donkey was in a party with me
but
also,
any
and he
case,
said,
it is what it is. I just settled for third place because I won the first two. But in any case, Kalen, you deserved the last race.
yeah, fucking
You
awesome,
drove
driving.
it beautifully.
Shot, brother. Thanks, man.
Awesome driving.
I wasn't going to fight
well
with
done.
DQP because he was fighting hard and we had a couple of good corners and I was like, just go, bro. I'm just going to take third here. In any case, it is what it is.
That's 1 point. I think that happened to Leap won both races last time, and you were second in both. And then Leap didn't even make the top 3 in the final because of the double points.
You came first, and fifth,
Yeah.
and Donkey was
Yeah,
second.
I settled for 5th.
Anyway, which was your favorite race? Let's go S&P Pro. Out of the 3, which track combo suited you the best?
Oh,
So, yeah.
too much time.
Is he? So I thought I heard him just now. Was it McColl's wasn't here? Leap, you were here. Which was your combo?
I would actually say all of them were actually very well done. Great choice on all 3, but I would say maybe there's Super Formula.
Super Formula at Nürburgring.
Yeah, just because
Wow.
it's super fast. You going all out every single corner. You try to go flat out. So it was quite hectic, and even the overtaking. I like the boost. I actually realized the boost was on, so I definitely use it, and I must say I was happy with my move on. Who was it? DMP Pro. So I kind of used that to my benefit, but I must say I think that race for me was quite hectic, but quite fun.
Okay, and then same question for Azdiki here. Or let's go Donkey.
Yeah.
Favorite
What's the
car
question?
track combo?
Well, I like the SF. I always like the SF. That's quite a cool race. Yeah, the last race is also cool. Yeah, actually, I like the Fittipaldi more than I thought I would, but I think the SF overall, the SF was my best car. Most fun to drive.
That Fittipaldi out, Josh was saying, he's an old partner there. Josh was saying about how smooth you were with it. He's never driven it, I have, and that car is not easy to drive. Did you have any tips or tricks on how to drive that car?
Make the track as short as possible. Don't go wild and try and push it. Just keep it as tight as possible. That's where you get speed in that thing.
Dino, you're still around. You were very impressive in the Fittipaldi as well. At one stage I saw you got the gap down from 1.5 to about 0.8 of a second.
Myself and Donkey practiced a bit together the day before and stuff like that, and I don't think there was one time that even a tenth separated us. But it was fun. This guy's consistency is just something out of the world, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. A little bit of throttle issues again, but nothing happened. But when Pace and Diki started battling, I saw that 2-second gap, and my arse cheeks, that was usually my throat, just settled a bit then when I saw Pace was 2 seconds behind, so I was happy with B2. So I thought maybe I can beat him one race and then he beats me the next two, I can get third place. Didn't happen, but yeah, it was super fun, super fun.
Caleb,
Awesome to all the
you
guys.
and
Deke, if he's
Deke
on,
had
brother,
a huge
you've got a
battle
big
on that
future.
race.
Yeah,
We missed the overtake, but 1 minute you were all in a train, and then next you and DQ were dropping back from Dino, but every corner it was an attempt to block it.
yeah, he put me under quite a lot of pressure that race, and just because of that, obviously, I was losing a lot of time, not taking the ideal lines and stuff. And then second last lap, I think, into the second sector, he managed to get his car on the outside, and then it quickly turned into the inside of the next corner, and I did try to squeeze him, but he managed just to push his way through, but like, I mean, Rubbing is racing with that one, so it was a good battle with him. And yeah, just
I saw that in my mirror.
The slip was just like killer with both the SF and the Fittipaldi, so really struggled the first 2 races.
Okay. And who else is here?
Everyone, almost.
That is, yeah.
Werner, tell us about your night, son.
So the two races I felt most comfortable with were the 2 that went the worst for me. So yeah, that pretty much epitomizes my night. I was dreading that Fittipaldi, and I actually had a nice race. I followed Donkey's advice with regards to just keeping it tight to the corners and hitting the apexes and keeping it nice and smooth. And I ended up with my best race. In fact, the only points I got all night, I think, was from that race. Yeah, the SF race, there was a bit of contact on the first lap, I think, with Travis, which put me into a spin. And then Dirty Tires caused a follow-up spin almost immediately. And that's actually the race I was looking forward to the most, because I qualified in 6th and I was running quite nicely in practice for it. But yeah, these things happen. That car is exceptionally difficult when it's close quarter racing, because everything happens so quickly. And I mean, the smallest bit of contact will kill you. And also then once you've gone off track, catching up in that thing is impossible.
Okay. And what happened with the last race?
Last race, yeah, it was. I decided, because I was starting quite far back, I'll do my medium stint on the first lap, and I think that was actually a bit of a mistake, because I lost out immediately on slipstream as well. So I probably would have been able to stick with the guys. My pace wasn't bad. I was only about, I think my fastest lap was 0.7 off the fastest lap of the race, so it's not, I had the pace, I think the strategy cost me, and then just some silly mistakes, outrating yourself because you're trying to push hard and that sort of stuff. It just wasn't a clean night, let's just call it that. But I will be back, and hopefully next season will go better.
Yeah. Back to Mr. Pace.
Yo.
That overtake with Donkey on the last race.
Yeah.
If you go listen to the stream, Mr. Josh Nell was quite impressed with that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I tried to, at the beginning, when we were still like getting used to the cars, I think I was behind someone, just trying to figure out what it's like sitting behind someone in the slip, and then trying to figure out what the delta, like in terms of getting out the last corner, and how fast you'd catch up in the slip with the car ahead, and it wasn't that quick. So when I think it was lap 2 or 3 when I managed to get onto the back of Donkey, I wasn't expecting to actually make a move down into that first corner, and then I saw he was hugging the inside, and I thought to myself, okay, I'll stick there and I'll make sure that I keep him on that inside so that he thinks I'm going there, and then last second jump out to the normal racing line and then see what happens from there. And then just as well I did that, because I think he ran wide into that corner, and then luckily I could just sneak it down the inside and just take that position. So I think it was a bit fortuitous on my side, and just as well I did that, because I think I definitely had a better race pace. Not giving anything away to Donkey. I mean, he drove phenomenally. I would not have caught him in the SF race. I wasn't going to catch him in the Fittipaldi race. I really struggled with that one. And yeah, Catalunya and Group 1. I hate Group 1, but I love Catalunya. So just really, really chuffed to have won this one.
Okay. And then let's go. DKP's not here. No, birthday boy. Corne? What would you like as your ideal combo for season 4? If this was a final.
Oh, for a final?
Yeah, just your ideal track and car combo. I'm writing it down and taking bribes for next time.
No, you know what? I would actually...
Don't you even start with go-karts.
Hey, it was fun. But that we could definitely look at maybe as a sprinter. It's just something short. But I kind of like cars that doesn't have that much grip. Even though I did like the Super Formula, with lots of grip. But I think it gets very interesting when you're driving something that's a bit more challenging, when you really have to focus on cars that maybe have a little bit less grip. So you can get some unpredictable situations, which I always like. Not something too straightforward, going flat out the whole time. But yeah, I can't really think of something now specific. But obviously, maybe as a track spa would always be something nice. And Suzuka, I must say, I really love Suzuka. So that would definitely be on my list for a final showdown.
Okay, great. And Mr. Donkey, we mentioned it on the stream, 98th in the EMCA region. Please, for the rest of us mortals, explain how the hell you are that fast and that you get in the top 100. I see not Stinky's joined the lobby.
I had a couple of good races at the end of the season. When stage 2 started, it got quite tough. I went into some split 1 lobbies, and
I remember watching you in the race. I don't think it went that well. It was at the not Fisherman's Ranch. Willow Springs. And you ended up getting
one didn't go so well.
Correct. The second one you dominated. That first one, before that guy hit you, you were giving PR1 Fire, one of the top drivers in the world, a hard time. I think you're actually ahead of him when the guy bumped you. I
was behind him the entire race, so we had a good dive time with him. And the guy that was ahead of him actually was the guy that caused the problems when he came out of the pits.
Yeah.
So that kind of the game stepped up the quality of race, the quality of speed, or the speed of the racing, not necessarily the quality of the racing, stepped up massively. So it meant I had to battle quite hard, and then I had a very good race. I got 290 points and a split 1 lobby. That was very cool. And then the penalty system changed, and I didn't do a race since then. Yeah. I think I didn't do the last 3 or 4 FI events because of the penalty system.
I think I have mentioned a few times, we need your stream, because I watch it and I actually get mesmerized. It's literally robotic. Yourself and Kalen, when I watch his streams, lap times vary by 0.2, 0.3, and on a half an hour race, it's not a short 10-minute race. Literally every lap time is almost perfect. So huge congratulations on the 98th place, but I'm even waiting. I'm sure we'll see better than that from you in the future with some of the other things.
Now I have to go for the top 50.
Top 50. Top 16 races. Okay. Anyone else got anything to add? Mr. Null, you very quiet?
Yeah, no, I'm just listening to all the comments. Yeah, so from my side, guys, well done. Mr. Donkey, I've raced with you a few times. As I've mentioned in the stream, you will find that you are very consistent, always on par. There's few far in between tenths here and there that you up or down. It's like Stephen says, to watch you race. Yeah, it's absolutely great. Same with KLM Pace. Kalen, I mean, I've said it in this race. I said when you did your pass, I said this is your track. When you did it, the track guide for us with that crappy M3 grade 3 car. I mean, you pulled our times out of that piece of rubbish that none of us could. You know, and even then, I still remember every break points, every apex, just from your track guide on this track. So yeah, it was between the two of you. I owe Mr. Malosi Sebata apparently $50 because he put $50 on you on the race. So yeah, no, again guys, it's absolutely phenomenal, the race. The guys from the back, I saw Travis was in the second final lap. He was actually pushing very, very good times himself. He had a purple sector or two there, which was absolutely astonishing. So again, from all of you guys, the racing was absolutely brilliant.
Thanks so much.
Really, it was awesome to watch you. The season that I had with the guys in Pool 1 and Pool 2 was awesome. But yeah, looking forward to the next one, guys. Absolutely great stuff. This has been phenomenal. I think the finale, there's a bit of a twist, unfortunately it seems, but guys, again, well done, well deserved.
Thanks so much.
They must open lockdown now so we can drink.
Yeah, Banner.
Guys, if I could put my admin hat on just for a second, and I'm really looking forward to season 4 because we combining we had the Manu and Nations guys split for season 3. Season 4 will be combined, so this kind of lobby and this kind of pool will be week in, week out. So it's going to be a fantastic season coming up with everyone competing in the same league again.
Yeah,
Great.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, you guys are going to have super fun. I think it's going to be massive dicing opportunities between everyone.
Yeah, I didn't mention much, Vanna, but I did say that we're possibly working on something big with possibly some Christmas presents at the end for the winners. So hopefully that comes off and we can let guys know about it.
Yeah, I think if we can't pull it off by season 4 towards for the latter part of this year, it'll definitely be up for, let's call it an Easter present for the first part of next year. But there's some really exciting sponsorship on the horizon. We're not saying anything yet.
You just did.
We're finalizing now. We're not anything more. We're finalizing it as we speak, and lots of work happening in the background.
Great.
Well,
awesome.
For that,
Thanks, Mr. Nell. Thanks for your drivers. Everyone, it was great to watch.
Yeah, and a big thanks to Edmund for making this reality.
Oh, yes, they already got big heads.
Princess Fluffy
Dino,
Bud
it sounds
says
like
he
you're
just got
already
home.
stripping your pedals.
I am, but I'm busy doing that at the moment.
Dino.
Just a shout out to Fluffy. He was running constantly second, just behind Kalen, basically pushing him all season. And unfortunately tonight he had some other commitments and couldn't make the race. But no doubt he will be back in season 4, and he will be part of that top 4 that will be pushing each other. Will be. Finish my sentence some other time then.
Awesome, gents. Have a good one.
Great
Big
stuff.
thanks, everyone.
Cool, thanks guys.
Dino, just as a closer, Dino, please go back to controller. Cheers, boys. I'm out.